Okay, this is the video that a lot of you have been waiting for. Today we're gonna announce the winner of the ice cream photography contest. The winner of the newer HB80C, the small but powerful COB RGB light. Now, as usual, I'm gonna go down the list and give you a quick review of all the images. We have a lot of images for this one, which is fantastic, but I'm gonna be a little bit quicker so that I don't waste too much of your time. And then we're gonna announce the winner. There's gonna be timestamps down below as well, in case you wanna jump or skip ahead or come back and watch it again. So let me get started here real quick. I'm gonna do a screen record and then we'll go right to the video. Now, before we start, I wanna give a huge thank you to Newer for giving us the prices for these contests. Thank you so much for your generosity. You guys, the prices are incredible and there's a lot more to come. Thanks, Newer. Let's go back to the video. All right, so here's all the images. Let's start with a quick critique. They're unsorted, they're just random images. This one from Greg Kelton, I love. Happy family eating ice cream, like that, just a great photo. This one looks great. I love the photograph. I love how it leads in. I love the texture in the cup. If anything, and this is just me being very picky, but if I was to change anything, I would just move the cup slightly to the, I guess, to the left of the image so you can see that line on the wood and take that line all the way to the end. But as it is, it's a fantastic photograph. Next, this one looks a little overexposed, top down with the spoon. It looks good. It's just a little bit too bright as a photograph, I believe. Next, the depth of field is very shallow and I can't tell how much is in focus, but it is a good image. Who doesn't like dogs eating ice cream? Bambi's favorite thing. They do sell little things for dogs like frozen yogurt or even ice cream for dogs. Great shot here. Even legs up in the air, looks good. Good concept. Here, that's like coffee and ice cream. I gotta try that sometime. But it looks good. I like the ice cream float with coffee. Interesting concept. This one, I mean, look at that. It's slightly out of focus or quite a bit out of focus, but that's a great concept. If it was sharp, I think it would have been awesome image here. The concept is clear, but the picture is blurry. Banana split, that looks pretty good. It's more about the whipped cream or whatever topping that is than the ice cream itself, because I can't really see the ice cream, but I think something like that would do great for stock. This one, I like it. I like the idea, the style. It's a little dark from where I'm looking at. The ice cream is well lit, but the plate and the nuts and stuff, it's just a little bit too dark. I would have liked to see more light from this side, lighting up everything, but that's just my personal opinion. I'm trying to see, it's very colorful. It looks good. I think that's like an ice cream, a popsicle that's been removed from the stick. Very colorful. I just can't tell exactly what it is. A dream roll? Huh, interesting. That one, a close-up ice cream with sprinkles. Everything's in focus. It looks pretty good. See how you're cutting here the bottom where the bowl is? I like it that it's in your face like that. It looks great, but one step back would have given you a little bit more context with the bowl. But great job with that one. There you go, 2 kids working out in the sun, hot weather, eating ice cream. Not sharp or a little bit out of focus, but I do like the image. I think something like that would do well for stock. Just be careful with the logos and stuff, like the pants and the shirt have logos. That one, it looks interesting. I like it. It's a little dark and the white balance is a little off. It's a little bit warm, even though it's inviting and it looks good. And it says, here you go, here's your ice cream, try it. I like it. This one, as far as ice cream, I don't know that it is ice cream. It looks like yogurt or something melting, so it's not really, the concept is not clear. That one looks delicious, handing it over, but it looks like it's missing half of it. Pile it up or something and it would have been much more in your face kind of thing. But it looks good. Ooh, that ice cream looks good. That one looks interesting. I like that. I like the 2 flavors on the cone stacked up, the table. It's a little bit too many things in the background if you get what I'm saying. But as far as an image, it looks pretty good. It looks like a wide angle up close, so it distorted a little bit. The ice cream scoop looks a little bit big. That looks great. I think that could be a good seller as a stock photo. The berries are frozen. Everything looks good, looks fresh. Just from a personal experience, I think that without that coaster thing underneath, I think it would do better for stock. But upload it anyway, I think you have a great shot here. That one's interesting, melting in the sun, blocking the sign. It looks kind of cool. I know the whole point is to make the ice cream bright, but see the contrast in the background, how it's a little bit dark. So you got bright and dark, and that's a little blown out on top because it's the sun. But yeah, nice job. That could be a good seller. Something like this looks great, but I think the white balance is off. And the sky, I don't think that's the original sky. I think it was cut and pasted there because you could see a little bit of the highlight in the background, as well as the white balance. Nice shot. You might be able to sell that for stock. Just be careful with the white balance. It looks a little green. Okay, somebody licking ice cream. That's interesting. It looks like it's sharp, it's good focus. Maybe a little more of the hand, you know what I mean? Like, see how it just cropped? It's gonna be very difficult to use that. If you show all the fingers, I think it would be a much better image. As a stock photo, I mean. This one's interesting, very shallow depth of field, so you get a little bit of a glow around the edges. The texture of the ice cream looks beautiful, it looks very pretty, but the depth of field, I think, is taken away from your image. There we go, somebody working and eating what looks like coffee ice cream. Over the shoulder, looks good. I love those shots because you're adding depth, you're adding a lot more. The computer, we can tell is a Mac, so be careful with your, if you try to upload that for stock. I see the icons there in the background. Again, shallow depth of field, that one looks good, and it's also a little bright. You can see that the spoon thing here is a little bit overexposed, and so is the ice cream. It's a tough balance between bright and perfectly exposed, and this one just seems a little bit bright because I don't have texture here, but it's good shot. Pistachio ice cream. A lot of people like that. This one's beautiful. I love the bokeh, I love the nightclub feel to it, the glitter, the color. Blackberry ice cream, blueberries, it looks good. This one's one of my favorites, but I find that the composition is leading away from the photo instead of in. I want to see more of the table and less of the point here. Everything is happening on the, literally the upper third of the image. Everything is up there. A little bit more balance, I think, would have made this the perfect shot. Maybe flip the main ice cream scoop so that the ice cream itself is over towards the point. So all the lines are leading towards the ice cream is. You know what I'm trying to say? This one was great. I love that. I love the concept. It looks like they were cut and then put in the background. This one has a little bit of motion, or just not quite sharp on that edge, but it looks great. If anything, the white balance is too yellow, and that's because everything is yellow. Bringing back a little bit of the temperature, I think, would have balanced the image out. But with the lemon, the rind, you can see that it looks very yellow, and then the ice cream itself has a very yellow tint, or a warm tint. And that paired with the yellow background, I think it's just a little bit too much in the yellow, but I think that photo would do fantastic as a stock photo. If you could balance out the white balance, I think it would be better. But very good job with this one. That one is very interesting. The melting ice cream, I mean, the background, the white balance, again, it's a little off. It looks like we used an on-camera flash based on the shadows and stuff, but it does look good. Again, something like that, melting, dripping, that's what happens. As a stock photo, I think that would be good for like a summertime image. This one, fantastic photo. I like all of the things. All the flavors, everything that went into that. It looks really, really good. I love that. If anything, the lighting is coming from this side. You can see where the shadows are. And for me, anyway, particularly, I would have liked to see the light from the other side, so the shadow falls behind the ice cream and not the nuts and the fruit. So that's not in the shadow, that's in the light. And the shadows fall back, but that's just my personal experience or opinion, I guess. Next, I've seen a lot like this, upside down on a plate. Interesting, I wouldn't do that myself, but that one, as far as ice cream, that looks more like a gelato that's melting. It looks soft. Interesting shot though, I like the texture. The table looks fantastic for photographs. Okay, we have the same child from before, but now he's leaning in the river, eating ice cream. The ice cream's out of focus, his eyes a little bit more in focus. A little bit more depth of field, I think, would have made this a great shot. Next, well, that's interesting. All the tools in the sink. Cool. A different perspective. You don't see that much. So having that empty bowls in the sink kind of tells you what it is. I like that. That should be a good stock photo. Okay, Happy New Year. Ice cream cake. Okay. The lighting's a little off. If it was more of a, I don't know, it just looks too dark and the white balance is off, and the quality of the image, you can see here in the background, it's got a lot of pixelation. But interesting. Was that like photo? I don't know, I can't tell what it is. It's too pixelated to make something out of it. Another banana split, but oh, this one is gooey and melty. That's one of the challenges when we're doing photography or food photography, is it doesn't last long. Ice cream melts very quickly, so if you don't get your shot in the first few seconds or in a minute, then it's gonna start dripping and melting, and here the whipped cream is just, which is natural, but it just, as when you're trying to sell something, you want it to look really good. Here's another perspective on that. I like this angle better, but you can see all the pixelation too. That must be the camera, and it's probably a phone. And that's why it has that look, that grainy look here in the background, but it looks good. Composition-wise, I like this one better. This one looks awesome. I like all the flavors lined up like that. As far as lighting, you can see the table looks beautiful and the lines are leading in. I would have cropped just a little bit more to eliminate that distraction on the left and that whale on top. So just make it more about the, maybe step back and zoom in. I think it would have done a much better composition, but this looks really good. I like that. I really do like that. This one's interesting. Maybe tilt the bowl up a little bit because we're looking in, but it's blocking. Maybe lift the camera looking down, which is one of the challenges when we're doing food, is how to see what's in the plate without blocking it with the same plate. This one here is interesting. It looks like champagne with pomegranate or raspberry ice cream. Interesting, I'm gonna have to try that. A little overexposed in the background, you see the brightness there, but overall, I do like that photo. The focus is, I think, missing. It looks like it might be slightly blurred, but it's a great attempt. Great raspberry float, awesome. This one I like a lot too. This is the same dish from before, but you see the different angle. Now we're looking into the bowl, and I think that's more inviting. The chocolate sauce that the other plate had, I think would have made this one much better. I like the inviting with the hands. Nice job here as well. Wow, you guys are doing incredible. These images are, you should be selling a lot of these for stock, and I've heard from a couple of you that have been selling some of these ice cream images already, so congratulations, and literally, wow. The quality of these photos is fantastic. This one here looks awesome. Not a big fan of the scooper and the frame, maybe on top of the ice cream, but when it's out of focus like that, it distracts a little bit, and it took me a while to figure out what I was looking at. This one here looks very good. It's I think a little bit dark, even though everything looks kind of balanced, but that's a dark plate, the darker gray background. The popcorn on top looks a little bit out of focus. So when you're looking straight down, F8, F10 will give you a lot more depth of field, like everything's sharp. But this one looks pretty good. It just looks a little bit dark from where I'm looking at. But nice job. That would be a great dessert at a restaurant. That looks awesome. Interesting, huh? You can see that the cone or whatever ice cream that is, it's a little bit overexposed in the sunshine, but I like the colorful, the happy, vibrant thing. That could be a good stock photo seller if it is in focus, which I really can't tell from the image. That's a deconstructed and destroyed ice cream cone. See, something like that as a stock photo I think would do great. It's not quite like as inviting, but something like that I think has a lot of sales potential. That looks like an apple crumb or a crumb dessert with rosemary. It seems like it focused on the rosemary here in the front and not so much in the ice cream, which is, it's fine, but remember what you're selling. It's not rosemary, it's the ice cream. Nice job though. Simple, to the point. Again, fantastic stock photo. I like that. That would be a great seller, in my opinion. I really like that messy there in the background and the ice cream. And again, it's kind of hard to sell something when it's like that, but it's got a good texture. I could see that being used for food blogs or stuff like that. Nice job. Okay, here we have another one of the coffee ice cream, and you see everything looks good, but everything is on the outside. It's interesting, but all the elements here are framing the cheesecloth or that towel in the middle instead of everything framing the ice cream. If those two scoops were right in the middle and everything else framing that, I think it would have been a much stronger composition. But as far as lighting and technique and everything, you're doing fantastic. Just as far as composition, personally, I think it could improve a little bit. by making your subject the center of the image. I love this one as well, very good. Again, very shallow depth of field. I know it's a look, it's artistic, it looks pretty, but when you're trying to sell something, you want more in focus. Use an f8, f10, and I think it will be a much more sellable photo. Interesting, again, it's a little overexposed, and as far as composition, bring it down a little bit so there's a little bit more breathing room up top. But you're doing great, that looks pretty good. Okay, that just looks like freezer burnt ice cream, not really selling something, but that could be used as well. Okay, the background was definitely replaced and it looks interesting. The lighting from the top, interesting, nice job. Again, this one's slightly dark and I feel like we're leading away. If we had the ice cream in the front, making your subject look, wow, that looks awesome. And then the scooper leading away, I think would have been a stronger composition. I want to see what's in the ice cream, the fruit, the cherries, whatever that is. But when it's that far back and without light on it, it's hard to tell what it is. But it's a great image. I just wish it was in the front. You know what? Am I explaining myself? That one looks nice, soft. I think it was similar to the one with the other background. It's a little bit melty. I like the flavors. It looks pretty good. Again, with the sun melting and your fingers, but the overexposure from the sun is taken away from your composition, but nice job with that photo as well. Okay, be very careful again with logos if you're trying to sell some of these for stock. And that looks like it has motion blur. Or it focused on the logos and not on the ice cream. So it just the technicalities are a little bit off here. Again, eating the ice cream, that one's better because you almost can't see the logos in the computer. And that looks pretty good, eating ice cream at work. Okay, that's a little better. It's in a white background, so you don't need so much space up top. It could be used anywhere. Remove the highlights here from the bowl, and I think it would add more from it. And the lighting, it's a little bit better. The ice cream has texture. Yeah, nice job. Okay, that looks like a paper scoop or a different scooper with the ice cream. A little more context, I think, would be slightly better. The stuff in the background is a little distracting, but I do see, yeah, that looks good. Nice, that looks like a restaurant, an apple crumble with vanilla ice cream. Fantastic setup. That looks interesting. That looks delicious. I'm getting hungry. That looks awesome. I love that. The two flavors. This extra one here might be a little bit too much, especially with the paper. Maybe a napkin or something different. I don't know what that book is here on the side, but that has a lot of sales potential and I think that would do great. Just be very careful with the writing underneath. A lot of thought went into this and that looks very well done. Again, that I would think that would be a great seller for stock. Melting on white, you can put that anywhere. That's a nice shot. I've always wanted to do something like this, but I feel bad throwing the ice cream away. I feel bad melting it. I can't do that. This one, again, fantastic shot. This one looks like it has better focus. Just be careful with the white background. You can see how it's a little bit pinker here, and I know that's from the light going through the float. Yeah, but I think that would be a good seller. Next, that's a different composition. This one's better. It's a little bit further out and gives you more of the story, more of what's on the plate. Again, this is very similar, and the focus is better on this one, but you still have the logos there. Be careful with that. As far as lighting and everything, I think that would do very well for stock if you could remove those logos. Interesting. That looks good. It's melting a little bit. The bowl looks fine. That's just classic ice cream. The background is a little distracting, and it's a little bit more light in the background. Again, depth of field. We're focusing just here in the front, and we're missing half of the product, but the background and everything else looks very, very well done. That looks great. I love, again, the texture, the vibrant, the colors. Ice cream celebration with champagne. That awesome. That looks nice. Just a thought, see the darker champagne in the background. If that matched the color in the front and then we inverted them, I think that would have been just throwing things out there. Nice job. Again, that looks very interesting. It's a little melty in depth of field. I see a lot of people trying to get creative or artistic by blurring things, but when you're selling a product, you want more in focus. Nice job though, a product or a concept. That one, interesting. It looks good. It's a little noisy, lack of light, but it does look pretty good. That caramel on the ice cream, nice. That one has a lot of negative space. That one looks pretty good. I like the blue sky with the ice cream thing, popsicle thing, whatever you call those things. It looks very nice. The white balance is better on that one. Ice cream kiss, cheers, nice. Great concept, outdoors, people walking out on the boardwalk, wherever you are. Nice, nice photo. This one, how did you get that composition, the shadow? I can see the light, one light coming down this way. You might have a diffused or reflected light the other way, but how do you get that to stand up on it by itself like that? I'm curious, let me know in the comments. Seriously. Ice cream cone thing, interesting. Again, very well lit, very good. That looks like a plastic cup and scooper, but yeah, it looks really good. Again, another version of this, you still have that thing underneath, which looks good. It looks like you have an acrylic top, also very good for photos. Nice job, yeah. Wow, you guys are just doing fantastic. These photos are awesome. This one with the strawberries, I can't tell if that's like icing or soft serve ice cream, but for the theme, it'll work. It's a little overexposed here in the bottom from your light coming down, and then you see the top, it looks a little yellow. I don't know if that was intended or not, but the overexposure here is just taking a little bit away from the image. How are you getting these neon colors? That looks awesome with the chocolate and stuff. Very, very beautiful, very clean. I like bright images, and the balance here just looks great. Again, depth of field, but that looks, the melty, the whole action here, and in your face, just looks good. That's a different concept, the zombie ice cream, but that looks pretty good. That, if you can remove the logos, I think that would be very good for as a stock photo. Adding the human element, that looks good with the ice cream, the colors. Nice, I just think the yellow is just a little bit too much. Maybe it's just I'm not a yellow fan, but dim it down a little bit to not take away from your main subject. See what I mean? It's just a little bit too much yellow. The white balance, everything looks perfect, except for here in the hand. That could be the lighting. It's just that the yellow, I feel, is taken away from your image. That one's a little blurry, but it looks good. Great concept. Just see the background. That's a little distracting, but nice job with the concept. That's my mashed potatoes. Here's another one, eating ice cream. It looks like a great time, hanging out, eating ice cream. Family time, great concept. I think, actually I heard from you that you sold quite a few of these images, so congratulations. They're very sellable photos. You got good concepts, good ideas. As far as the composition, when you're leaning in, I think if we would just put the chairs a little bit closer together, we would have balanced the scene out a little bit, but nice job here. I love the idea and the emotion behind the photo. That looks great. If anything, I would have focused here in the front. Maybe it is, it's just with the melting ice cream, it's hard to tell because the blackberries are focused, the raspberry in the back has focus, but the front just looks a little bit out of focus, taken away from the whole thing, but it looks great. I like that. So many good images, guys. There you go, eating, how many ice creams did you eat? That looks awesome. What a fun photo shoot. Now we got the cones, eating the cone. Again, I think those are gonna be great stock photos. This one I really like as well. That's a lot of popsicle things back there. How do you, whatever you call them, I can't remember. But that looks really good. I like, if anything, it might be missing a little bit of light, like a harsher light. You got the shadow, you got everything. Maybe a little more contrast will make it pop, but that looks really good. I love your setup. I love the background and how you arrange everything, but yeah, nice job. I just don't know what the seashells have to do, but everything else looks great. This one I like a lot as well. It's a little dark, but that's adding to the cookies and cream and whatever that is. Yeah, cookies and cream, it's in the title. But yeah, I like the one light, the drama, whatever. It looks really good, I like that. I'm more of a bright photo, but this one looks very, very good. Again, I think it's gonna do great for stock. This one, It's like you put something in your lens or shooting through steam or something. It looks dreamy. Maybe that's the effect you were going for, but it looks good. Ice beam, huh? Interesting. Ooh, cookies and cream. See, these look fantastic. They look really good. That looks, is that ice cream or is that like chantilly cream or something? Huh? Is that it? All right, now to announce the winner of this contest, I took everything into consideration. I asked you guys to help me rate the images, so I did. I went through the top rated images that you guys picked. And then from those, I select the winner. I also consulted with a couple friends, professional photographers, to help me balance and decide which one to get. I don't want this to be biased. I want to go with as much information as I have, taking your votes and other professional consultants as well. So with that out of the way, the winner of the HB80C, this portable cob light by Neewer, RGB LED light, or RGB COB light, is this one right here by Sander Mejias. Fantastic shot. Like I said before, the composition is on point. I still don't know how you were able to hold the ice cream like that and not see anything in the background. I don't know how you did that. Let me know in the comments. I like the angle. You're looking from the bottom up. That's a great trick for photography. It almost looks head on, but it's not. The camera's a little bit lower looking up, which is adding, wow, like you're looking up at the ice cream. And literally the emotions, subconsciously, how you look at the ice cream, that changes a lot as well. And I know that is it's gonna be a fantastic seller for stock. So congratulations, I'll be reaching you via email from wollertzphotography@gmail.com, and we'll arrange the shipping of your Neewer HB80C. Thank you everybody that participated. Your images were incredible. There's so many good sellers here that I think are gonna be great sellers, and you guys are just doing amazing. Literally, thank you so much to everybody that participated, and I hope to see you again in the next contest, which is actually happening right now. So don't forget to upload your photos. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.